Hey everyone, it's Dom, and it's Thursday, so it's time for another Testimony Thursday where we've been hearing about how God has been working in the lives of people in our church. This week we have the privilege of hearing from Jason and Suzanne, a young couple in our church, and they're going to share about how they saw God at work in the days leading up to their wedding, which was recent, so during this whole pandemic. It's a really powerful testimony, and so I'm excited for you to hear it.
Hi everyone, we're here and we're excited to be talking to you and to have this opportunity to share. Jason is just going to share about some ways that God was working in our lives as we were leading up to our wedding day, because it was just kind of a time of crisis, and so God is teaching us a lot at that time. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess the week before the wedding, Suzanne had just kind of come in from Ontario, and this was the time when COVID was like really impacting our country, and then it came to Manitoba, and so it was like day by day things were being changed, and then especially what was kind of scary was just kind of the threat of the restrictions for the maximum people, and so that was being reduced to 50, and then we were very scared that it was going to be reduced to 10. And so the week leading up to was it brought a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear, just even if we would be able to have our wedding. And so it was very difficult when they announced the minimum of 50 meeting. And so it was hard to notify the people that we'd invited and to tell them that that we're only keeping it to close family and bridal party. And so it was heartbreaking for us to have to tell the people that we love that they can't come to our wedding because of this. And so it was really hard. And so and along with that, and just a lot of disappointments are happening like every day. And so I know just there were many nights when it was 1 Peter 5 verse 7 was really I was really clinging to it. Just the hope and the promises that God gives in that verse is to bring our worries and our anxieties to Him, because He cares very deeply for us, and He loves us. And so I just remember there was a few nights when it was just after a long and weary day of just disappointments and hard times that I was able to meet God in prayer, and He brought a lot of comfort and a lot of peace at those moments, and He gave strength and refreshment for the next day, just of what the new things that we had to face for the next day. And so it was really cool to see how God was giving us this strength and sustaining us, and we were just very thankful for that. And I just remember there were some times when we were struggling to find joy, which is something, it's like you wouldn't think it would be hard to have leading up to your wedding, but on the wedding day we were just able to celebrate and have so much joy, and so it was a wonderful day. And so now, as we have just been, just even after that, there's still a lot of uncertainty, and who knows what the future is going to hold, but we've just been really clinging to those kind of the lessons that we learned through that week leading up of clinging to the Lord and coming to Him in prayer, and just really seeking to meet Him and to be practicing that every day. It's been hard, but I think it was really neat how we learned that lesson through before our wedding, and are now just kind of carrying it out, just keep for the future. And so, it's kind of how God has been really working on our hearts and just in our lives, and we're thankful for being able to be married.
Yeah, and we're also just so thankful for our church and all the ways that our church is connecting us during this time and just seeking to serve our body. And so we're so thankful for all of our leaders and also just for the members of our church. And we miss you, and we can't wait to be with you again in person.
Yes.
So much love.
Thanks to Jason and Suzanne for sharing that with us. It's so encouraging to hear about how God has been at work. in your lives. As a reminder to those of you watching, don't forget to be praying for our church and to be praying people by name. As people are sharing their testimonies, sharing how God is at work, please feel free to pray for them, and in particular this week to pray for Jason and Suzanne. Well, that's it for this week. For any other content and information, as well as to offer prayer requests and give your donation, you can visit our church website, grantmemorial.ca. See you soon.